This past holiday season, thousands received the popular gift of technology. iPads, smartphones, tablets, sure, they all give us the power to access the world right in the palm of our hands. But there's a flip side to that. I took a look at the dangers of these devices and how you and your family can stay safe in cyberspace. Every year, Detective Rich Wistocki of the Naperville Police Department investigates at least 150 cases of cyber crimes, ranging from bullying to stalking to sexual extortion.
What's happening is that these kids take these risque photos, and people who get these photos are using those photos against our children to intimidate them or sextort them. If you don't give me a full-on video of you doing something sexually to yourself, I'm going to send this photo out to your entire contact list.
Snapchat, Instagram, Weblog, MeetMe, Omegle, the list of free applications that easily connect kids with predators goes on and on. One of the worst, yet growing in popularity, according to Wistocki, is Kik.
There is no reason why a teenage child needs to have Kik on their cell phones. Parents have to be parents. They have to say, no, look at all the stuff. All you have to do is put into Google, Kik predator, and tons of cases are going to come up.
I did just that, and he was right. Literally thousands of cases came up, including one where a Chicago resident was arrested in Naperville this past November for preying on a teenager via Kik. So one of the best ways to protect your kids is to educate yourself on the various apps out there, and then before your children downloads a new one, stop and ask,
why do you want this app? Who uses it? What's it about? Show me. I want your screen name and password to it. Except parents are hanging their hat on, oh, my kid would never do that.
And it's a parent's prerogative to check their kids' online activity, as those under 18 have no legal right to privacy.
A lot of teenagers say, no, that's private, that's mine. When they don't pay a dime for the phone, they don't pay a dime for the service, because they're only 12 years old, but yet the kids are running the roost. And parents are like, well, I can't look at theirs, it's private. There's no such thing as privacy for children.
One of the things that I tell my children all the time is, you belong to me and your devices belong to me. And what that means is, at any time, I have the right and responsibility to talk and look at what my children are accessing and have access to.
There are many software programs designed to monitor your kids' online activities.
I use one with my own children called Net Nanny. And it's an app. When they go to search the internet, it has different levels of security. So for my 11-year-old, it has a higher security than my 8th grader.
The best one I always talk about is My Mobile Watchdog, because you see every picture, every text, every website. You can control the phone on when to turn it on, when to turn it off. It's fantastic. I use it for my kids.
But Detective Wistocki warns those that have an iPhone product.
Steve Jobs' legacy is never to have third-party software on his mobile devices. That it's a matter of privacy, and nobody is allowed to be on their devices to monitor it.
Naperville mom and life coach Jules Prokop has taken a different approach, exposing her 6 and 10-year-old children to various forms of technology.
It's not like they're always on technology, but you have to embrace it. You have to make it part of who they are. It's how we do business these days. It's how we send messages. It's how we interact socially. So I didn't want to keep that from them. I'd rather really be able to kind of control it now and teach them how to use it.
Here you go, honey.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Her kids have to sign out their devices and can only use up to 2 hours of technology a day, whether that's playing Xbox, watching YouTube videos, or using Instagram. Their plan, Jules says, prompts healthy discussion about the potential dangers in cyberspace.
Not to scare them, but to tell them the truth so that they understand what they're getting involved in. That when that person on Xbox Live is trying to talk to them or ask them questions about where they're from or whatever, that we kind of can have those conversations between us and kind of role play that situation.
Online danger can present itself not only to children, but to adults as well.
I get a lot of people who've been married and are now divorced, and they're signing into each other's accounts to see where they're at so they can watch where they're going, or they're adding emails to their ex's accounts because they know the passwords. So it's things like that that we get when it comes to adults.
Another danger, websites that track your location often unknowingly, when posting photos.
Many times pictures, when you take a picture and post it with a digital device, there are tags on the background that will give your location. So if you take a picture of yourself and you post it and it's in your house, you've now just given somebody information to where you are also located.
So what if you or your child have been victimized by our cyber crime? The first thing you should do is report it to the police and not the social networking site.
The reason being is because when you press report, if what they're doing violates their terms of service, they may or may not take down that account within 72 hours. And so now when I try to go get a subpoena to find out who the bad guy is, it's already taken down, all the evidence is gone.
It's also best to gather and preserve evidence for the investigation by capturing a photo of what's on the screen. Lastly, get the user ID of the suspect account, which you can often find by holding the mouse over the message button. Detectives can then use that to identify the suspect. For more cyber safety tips, visit the city's website, naperville.il.us. I'm Kevin Maychek for Naperville News 17.